Sports Day is brought to you by Barton Community College. Explore your future and get started now. Visit gobarton.com.
Okay, Sports Day in 3, 2, 1.
A little more than 5 minutes remaining. Right back to Brown. Why not? Running hard. Steps on the gas. Isaac Brown is gone. Touchdown, Louisville. To put this game away.
The other team's starting to come back. They feel like they have life. You shut it down. Look at this.
Black's field goal, and Toledo can return this for 2 points. It's a foot race. Avery Smith. He's going to get there. And Toledo saying, we're not done yet. Well, we had it all at the Bush's Boca Raton Bowl. Louisville wins it 27-22.
It's Marvis Parrish. Speeding down the sideline, breaking a tackle. Touchdown. 54 yards for the freshman.
A bit low, so we'll see if UNLV can get some height on this.
Dellenbach trying to drive it in and does. How about that?
With room to spare.
David Dellenbach just hammered it. In motion comes Burns, and Calandria scores. First touchdown of the night for UNLV with 4:45 to play in the game. 3rd down and 3. And Navarro just going to keep and slide down inside the 30-yard line, and the Bobcats now feel pretty good.
Really,
John Hauser just got
that.
drenched.
That's good. That feels good right there.
Yeah, and that'll do it.
He'll take that all day.
Ohio, a 17-10 winner in the Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. Happy Merry Christmas Eve as well. It's the second time today I've made that mistake into this exact microphone. Welcome into Sports Day. My name is Brant Daughtry. I'm the host of the program. Big thanks to Landon Winkler. He's over in the corner sacrificing a part of his Christmas Eve as well to be here and get this show on the air and on our video feed. If you want to watch this show as well as listen to it, you can do so by going to greatbendpost.com, clicking on either the sports tab, sports news tab, I believe is actually what it says. And right there, you'll see Friday on Sports Day. You can click and watch it there. You can also go to the More tab, and where it says Watch Sports Day Live, that'll take you to our YouTube channel. And from there, you can also see the show. Sports Day today is presented by Barton Community College, offering exceptional and affordable learning opportunities, supporting student, community, and employee needs. We start today's show with the sounds of the past 24 hours, as is custom here. We actually have missed yesterday. I hope everybody was enjoying listening to those couple of bowl games. See if I can get them pulled up here. We started with the Bush's Boca Raton Bowl of Beans, which is just a fantastic name from a sponsor. New trophy for this thing. I don't know if anybody saw, but the winning team, it's like a giant bowl at the top, and they fill it with slow-cooked beans, and then the players can eat it, and the coach can eat it, and it's great. Shout out to Bush's. They do great stuff. If you're into beans, look up Bush's. Louisville getting the win 27-22 over Toledo. That game got a little chippy towards the end. It was entertaining, and Toledo was down for most of it. They make a comeback. They make it interesting at the very end, but Louisville holds on. Jeff Brom, it looks like, is going to remain the head coach at Louisville, even though his name has been floated for several different jobs. It looks like he's going to stay there. After that, the New Orleans Bowl, Western Kentucky got a 27-16 win over Southern Miss. And then later in the night, starting at, I believe, 8 p.m., the Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl down there in Texas. Ohio gets the win over UNLV 17-10. That game called by Wes Durham on ESPN, actually, a guy that I have spoken to a couple of times. We regularly interviewed him at my old job down in Auburn. They're still interviewing him. Heard an interview with him the other day. Really like Wes Durham. He's also the voice, the radio voice of my Atlanta Falcons. So as much pain as he's gone through, he deserves a little bit of recognition. I also think he's a very good play-by-play guy. Some interesting sports headlines that we didn't have the sounds for, but I still want to go over because this stuff happened yesterday, and I think it's interesting. DK Metcalf of the Pittsburgh Steelers got into an altercation with a fan, threw a punch at the fan or an open hand slap, whatever it was. Either way, he's going to miss the Steelers' final 2 regular season games, which is a big blow to them as they're trying to lock down the AFC North. or maybe get a better playoff spot. I can't remember if they haven't locked it down yet, but they are trying to get into better playoff positioning, so they're going to be without their best wide receiver. And in local news, Travis Kelce has played 96 regular season home games for the Kansas City Chiefs. On Thursday, it looks as though it will be his last on Christmas Day. Not official. He is not announced. He, in fact, has said he has not made a decision, but the man is, 36 years old. Certainly has slowed down. Now, he's had a better season this year than he has the past couple of seasons. He actually made the Pro Bowl this year, his 11th such appearance in this game, in the Pro Bowl. So, obviously, a very highly decorated career for Travis Kelce, but has obviously slowed down. I'd say over the last 3 years has not been up to his normal standard, and so rumor is, or at least speculation is, that this upcoming game could be his last in the NFL, with the Chiefs not making the playoffs this year. Chiefs, I also saw, did not hold a practice yesterday. They have so many guys that are injured right now, and it's been a very rough end of the year for the Kansas City Chiefs. It's been a very rough year overall, but especially this ending has been a little bit brutal, with multiple players getting hurt long term. There is good news, though, for Pro Bowlers for the Kansas City Chiefs. Center Creed Humphrey, defensive tackle Chris Jones, tight end Travis Kelce, as I said, and guard Trey Smith. All of those guys. Well, okay, I had to take you through the numbers here. Humphrey going to his 4th, Jones to his 7th, Kelce to his 11th, and Trey Smith to his 3rd. Chiefs are still really good. Chiefs are still talented. They still have some young talent. I don't know what the timeline on Chris Jones looks like. He's a little bit older. Travis Kelce, like we said, speculation around how long he's going to be in the NFL. Creed Humphrey and Trey Smith should be back next year. Those are pieces you can definitely build around. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes is going to be out for a little while, rehabbing that ACL tear. But with any luck, he'll be back in. Want to get some housekeeping out of the way. This is the last episode of Sports Day for the year 2025. My first year hosting the show. Been doing it since, I believe, early August is when we started the show back up, and it's been just about every day. We've had some interruptions, be it because of bowl games like we did yesterday, or me going on vacation, going to see some family like I did over Thanksgiving. But it's been a lot of fun hosting this show most weekdays. It's been a real pleasure, and I certainly hope that everyone else has enjoyed it as much as I have. And I can't wait to do it again in 2026. So like I said, this is the last show for 2024. I think it's going to be a good one. We'll be back on Monday, January 5th. That's the first Monday in January. And we'll do it all again. Go up until the summer when baseball and softball end for Great Bend High School. However long that goes is however long we'll be doing the show after that. So everybody keep an eye out. Sports Day not going anywhere, but we are going on a little bit of a vacation, which is kind of weird. I'll still be doing work. I'll be in the office. Just won't be doing Sports Day because there's no sports happening. Barton's on Christmas break until the new year. Great Bend is off until the new year. Kansas and K-State will be playing basketball, but I mean, it is what it is at that point. So, really, really had a lot of fun over the past 6 months or so, 4 months or so, and looking forward to doing it more when the new year comes around. Sports Day Today is brought to you in part by the Marmy Auto Group on 10th Street in Great Bend. Also by Sutherland's, helping you build it better since 1917. From quality lumber, plywood, and OSB to cabinets, plumbing, hardware, and power tools, they have everything you need to get the job done. Visit Sutherland's on 10th Street, and also by the Barton Cougar Booster Club, continuing their efforts to make the Barton Community College athletics programs the very best in the country. One more piece of news that I forgot about until right now, but I still want to bring up. Been rumored for a little while, been talked about for a lot longer, and been speculated on, been talked about, been yada-yada'd about, all that kind of thing. But as now official, the Kansas City Chiefs, at the conclusion of the current lease at Arrowhead Stadium, which concludes in January of 2031, so after the 2030 season, the Chiefs will be leaving Arrowhead Stadium for a new stadium to be built on the Kansas side of the state line. So I believe a $3 billion stadium is the current price tag. Usually with these things, those price tags tend to rise, but agreed on to be a 60-40 split between current Chiefs ownership and the state of Kansas, which will be covered by, I believe, sports gambling is going to be in there, lottery revenue, some tax revenue, maybe a special tax for Kansas City, for the Kansas state side of the state line as well. So 2031, new domed stadium will be brought to Kansas City, but on the Kansas side of the state line, because Kansas did a lot to get the Chiefs over on that side of the state line. So that's going to do it for the first segment of the show. Stick around. We're going to have Alyssa McCulley, senior on the Great Bend High School girls basketball team. She's going to come in, talk about their win over Pratt, how the start of the season has gone, what it means to win 2 out of 3 going into Christmas break. And after that, we'll talk to Wyatt Thompson, the voice of Kansas State Wildcats. That's our typical Tuesday show. We're doing it today on Wednesday. Alyssa came in. She was great and doing it because Jade Winter, the head coach of the team, is already out of town. She sent in Alyssa, and Alyssa and I spoke for about 5 minutes. You'll get to hear that on the other side of this break. You're listening to Sports Day from the Mayo Money Management Studio right here on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM.
Cine Doors' Christmas message may not be original, but we hope your Christmas shines like the eyes of a child in a toy store.
I wanted to wish everyone a Merry Christmas.
Papa! That's right, Hadley. I think you just did, Eddie.
Oh yeah, and have a Happy New Year to boot.
Mom, Dad, and everyone at Cine Doors prays your holidays are filled with love and happiness. We hope you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas from everyone at C&E Doors. C&E Doors in Great Bend and Hayes.
Marmy Auto Group makes it happen. Central and Western Kansas. Check out our selection of new and pre-owned inventory. Marmy's friendly staff offers top quality service that you've gotten to know over the years. When your existing vehicle needs parts or service, our experienced team will get you back in the game this season. Marmy Chevrolet, GMC, Ford and Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep Ram, parts, service, and body shop. Visit Marmy Auto Group on 10th Street or marmys.net. Marmys make it happen.
Needing a healthcare plan for your business? Let the experienced team at Freedom Claims Management Incorporated customize a health insurance plan that fits your needs. Whether you're a large company or a small business on Main Street, FCMI can help you provide employees with great health coverage at an affordable cost. From setup to ongoing support, they handle it all. Schedule your free no-obligation health assessment today at freedomclaimsinc.com. That's Freedom Claims Management Incorporated, with locations in Great Bend, Russell, and Plainville.
Community bankers should actually know your community. Hi, I'm Sean Powelson, president of your local Equity Bank. As someone who lives here, I know many of you, and I know what's important to you. I've been in the industry a long time, and I've helped many navigate through financial challenges and lead them to financial opportunities. I believe that people bank with people, so I'd like to invite you to stop by one of our region's 5 locations and meet our friendly, helpful staff. Let us show you our commitment to serving you and our communities. Because at Equity Bank, we're right here beside you. Member FDIC.
Hey Cougar fans, this is Brant Daughtry, voice of the Barton Cougars. Cheering from the stands is great, but you can give our athletes a true competitive advantage by joining the Cougar Booster Club. Boosters provide the best equipment and facility upgrades, helping Barton athletes succeed at the regional and national level. Whether you're a business or an individual, your support matters. Call 620-792-9377 and become a Cougar Booster today. Go Cougars!
Selling your farm or ranch acres can be stressful. At Red Cedar Land Company, they are extremely diverse in the number of ways they can represent you, and they tailor each project to meet their seller's needs. One of the biggest questions for a seller is, what is my land worth? At Red Cedar Land Company, they offer a free market analysis to help you better understand the value of your land. You deserve a better selling experience. Put your trust in Red Cedar Land Company. Call Cody Crook with Red Cedar Land Company at 620-617-7320.
Welcome back into Sports Day. Brant Daughtry here with you, now joined by Alyssa McCulley, senior on the Great Bend High School basketball team. Alyssa, thanks for taking the time. You're in here for your teammates today.
Yes.
Teammates and coach, everybody else is out of town.
Yes, everybody else is, or just not answering, or just out of town. I'm not really sure, but Winter just said, Alyssa, go. So.
Well, appreciate you taking the time at the very least. So let's go over your last week or so. 51-46 win over Pratt. You trailed by 19 in the third quarter. What in the world happened after that?
Well, We were going hard the whole entire game. I don't want anybody to think that we didn't care. Like, we were going hard the whole entire game, but we kind of sat down. We all kind of looked at the scoreboard after that, and we were like, I mean, we still have a chance to win. We're still in this. So we locked in, and we all kind of just were like, we got to push it this final quarter here, and that's exactly what we did.
To put this in frame statistically, 26-7, you guys win the fourth quarter to make that comeback. A lot of defense turning into offense in that one. What changed as far as mentality, intensity, game plan? What was the difference?
I think kind of just, I know Winter mentioned momentum, and I think our momentum just kind of swung completely. We were, like I said, we just locked in, and we were just able to put a lot of points on the board and kind of get it all to work together.
Let's talk about you a little bit. I know that Coach mentioned your three-point shot is starting to come around, and we talked about that the last two times you've been in here. You were in here with us last week.
Yeah.
But your three-point shot, talk about what's going on there.
Well, it was a little bit rough this last game. I know I went like 0 for 9, I think it was, at the beginning of the game, but at the end of the game, I was able to hit 2, I think it was. That kind of helped with that 26-7 run, which honestly, if that's what it takes to win the game, getting those 2 shots instead of those first 8 or 9 or whatever it was, then I will take that. But, yeah, I've definitely been working on it a lot more, and I know it's definitely going to come around.
Let's talk about some of your teammates here. I know Alex Mears was mentioned, Meredith Mazouk doing things other than scoring. What was – talk about the play of your teammates.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Meredith always gets up there on defense, and, you know, somebody on the other team gets a fast break and Meredith's clear on the other side of the court, she will make it to that side of the court before the girl gets there for a layup. And Alex, I mean, she's just been doing amazing this season, doing everything, defense, offense, cheering when she's not on the court. She's just been doing everything, yeah.
Coach Winter called it a total team effort, this comeback win. And look, I think Hesh said it in the postgame, 26-7, you win the fourth quarter, you have to talk about the entire team.
Yes.
I mean, just talk about the effort of your team so far and what the season's been like.
Yeah, I mean, one thing we always talk about before games is having a role, no matter what it is. If it's being a good passer, being a good scorer, being a good teammate, whatever it is, everybody has a role on the team. And it's your job to fulfill that role, and you don't just have a set role. Like, it can change throughout the game, and all that matters is fulfilling that role because everybody has a part when it comes to winning, when it comes to losing, whatever it is.
So you have 1, 2 out of 3 going into Christmas break. Kind of a rough start to the season, but you're kind of picking up momentum as you head into the break. What is it like to kind of get things going in that direction as you head into the winter break?
Yeah, definitely. At practice, we always work on the things that, you know, we kind of pinpoint in the game before. We're like, yeah, we need to work on this. And it definitely helps. And, of course, every single game, you always have something you need to work on. It's not just going to be a perfect game every game. But I think we're definitely figuring things out and integrating people into the offense, defense, stuff like that.
Awesome. Well, Alyssa, I guess, what are your Christmas plans? We're recording this on Wednesday. We're actually airing this on tomorrow's show. Yeah. But so it's Christmas Eve when people are hearing this. Where are you right now?
Well, we just actually had our family Christmas, so my Christmas is basically done because my 2 oldest sisters are they have families of their own. But I think we're gonna go to my sisters in Wichita and spend Christmas with them, and yeah, kind of.
That'll be fun.
A little family Christmas, yeah.
Will be really fun. Alyssa, thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. That is Alyssa McCulley, senior on the Great Bend High School girls basketball team, joining us here on Sports Day. Big thanks to Alyssa for coming in. Maybe got her a little bit of time off of school. I think Great Bend was already on Christmas break, but either way, she was willing to come in, and always fun to talk to. That's the second time she's been in this year. And, coaches always like to bring in seniors, and, the seniors have been there and done that. And so to talk to them about the ways the season has gone, and for Alyssa to kind of go, yeah, I've been struggling with my three-point shot, but we're still working on it. And she had a line in there, it's like, if for us to win, I have to go 0 for 9 and then 2 for 3 in the second half, then so be it. But obviously, she'd rather hit a couple more in the first half. But to be down by nearly 20 in the second half, like, I've watched a lot of basketball games where teams just kind of give up and go, okay, we'll get them next time. because in basketball, that's a sport where you can kind of do that. There's so many games where, like, every game is valuable. You never want to say that a game can just be kind of given away, but you play a lot of basketball games. There's a lot of basketball to be played after Christmas break. It's the last game before Christmas break. Sometimes bags are already packed, so to speak. And for Great Bend to go out there when they were down by double digits in the fourth quarter and go and win it, what was it? 17-4, 21-4, something like that. You heard it in the interview with Alyssa there. But that's obviously really impressive, and I think it shows a level of toughness that you're going to need. You're going to need moving forward because, like we said, I believe Mike Hesher said it a couple of weeks ago when recapping this game, or when talking to Coach Winter after this game. You got a ranked team in Salina South where you've got to go on the road, and then you open up WAC play at Garden City on the 9th. So then you got Hutchinson, Thomas More, and then you're over at Hayes for your second game in WAC play. So it's a season that's going to be taxing on this girls' team. But like I said, you got to have a level of toughness to stick around, and I think that Great Bend showed that against a Pratt team that's not terrible. I mean, you can kind of go, yeah, but with the win they had over Kingman, because I believe Kingman is still winless. They're a pretty terrible team, frankly. Larned beat them 52-22. Trying to find they're 0-6 headed into Christmas break. Kingman not having a great season, but Pratt has a couple of wins under their belt, so they've won a couple of games, so they're no slouch. And for Great Bend to go in there and get that win is a big deal. And I think heading into Christmas break, I think they've got a chance to be a lot better on the second half of the season. Sports Day Today is brought to you by Kern Floor Service. Whether you need new ceramic, porcelain, or natural stone floors, they're knowledgeable and friendly flooring experts here to help you find the perfect floor for your home decor and budget. Visit the Great Bend showroom at 908 Coolidge to see, touch, and feel the latest styles. Also by Cody Crook of Red Cedar Land Company. Whether you're looking to sell your land or find the right property to buy, Cody takes pride in understanding your goals and making the process as smooth as possible. Call Cody at 620-617-7320, or you can visit redcedarland.com. All right, we're going to take our next break of the show. On the other side, Wyatt Thompson, the voice of the Kansas State Wildcats, joins me. We talk about K-State basketball, Colin Klein and his staff and how it's coming together, the transfer portal, the college football playoff. We talk about all things Kansas State. We talk about what he's up to. Man, I don't know if y'all knew this. Point guard P.J. Haggerty for Kansas State, second in the country in points per game right now. He's got over 20. He's having a fantastic year. Kansas State, they had a little stretch where they looked kind of iffy, but they're back on track. Got a 30-point win over South Dakota the other day. They struggle with some of the better teams they've played. I'm very curious to see how they look when they get into Big 12 play, but I also think they are talented enough offensively to stick with anybody if they can play together. And I think that coming back from the Christmas break, they've got a chance to do that. You'll hear Wyatt Thompson talk about that on the other side of this break. You're listening to Sports Day from the Mayo Money Management Studio right here on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM.
Martin Community College, in partnership with Golden Key Group, proudly offers the nation's first associate's degree in federal human resources, and it's 100% online. This program prepares you for remote federal HR careers that support mission success across the government. Service members and military spouses, use your MyCAA or GI Bill benefits to take the next step towards a rewarding, flexible career from wherever you are. Learn more at federalhr.bartonccc.edu.
Sutherland's is your complete home improvement and hardware store. Tens of thousands of products are in stock at everyday low prices. Sutherland's also offers custom buildings, including post-frame barns, garages, and deck packages too. The friendly and knowledgeable staff at Sutherland's, always ready to help you with any project. From hardware, lumber, cabinets, plywood, and OSB, fencing, power tools, furniture, and more. They simply sell for less. Sutherland's, West 10th, Great Bend, helping America build it better since 1917.
It's all here at Great Bend Rec.
Sports, leisure, fitness, and wellness, even senior and adaptive needs. It's all here at the Great Bend Rec. Pick up a program guide or stop by the rec office at 1214 Stone in Great Bend, or check out the all-new website, greatbendrec.com. Live, play, explore at the Rec.
It's all here at Great Bend Rec. Live, play, explore at the Rec.
Service from people you know, quality products and professional installation. That's Kern Floor Service. Stop by Kern Floor Service and browse through the different selections of flooring from laminate to vinyl, carpet, wood, and ceramic tile. See their selection of area rugs or special order the one that fits your decor. And don't forget, they can spice up those countertops too. So stop by Kern Floor Service today. Kern Floor Service, 908 Coolidge in Great Bend.
Hey Cougar fans, this is Brant Daughtry, voice of the Barton Cougars. Cheering from the stands is great, but you can give our athletes a true competitive advantage by joining the Cougar Booster Club. Boosters provide the best equipment and facility upgrades, helping Barton athletes succeed at the regional and national level. Whether you're a business or an individual, your support matters. Call 620-792-9377 and become a Cougar Booster today. Go Cougars!
Needing a healthcare plan for your business? Let the experienced team at Freedom Claims Management Incorporated customize a health insurance plan that fits your needs. Whether you're a large company or a small business on Main Street, FCMI can help you provide employees with great health coverage at an affordable cost. From setup to ongoing support, they handle it all. Schedule your free no-obligation health assessment today at freedomclaimsinc.com. That's Freedom Claims Management Incorporated, with locations in Great Bend, Russell, and Plainville.
Central and Western Kansas residents, are you looking for a new vehicle? Marmy Auto Group can make it happen. Marmy Auto Group includes Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep and Ram, Chevrolet, and GMC. Marmy Auto Group, your Central and Western Kansas dealer, has new and pre-owned vehicles, or we can special order your vehicle today. If your existing vehicle needs serviced, Marmy's award-winning service department can help. Come to Marmy Auto Group on 10th or marmys.net. Marmys, make it happen.
Cine Doors' Christmas message may not be original, but we hope your Christmas shines like the eyes of a child in a toy store.
I wanted to wish everyone a Merry Christmas.
Papa! That's right, Hadley. I think you just did, Eddie.
Oh, yeah, and have a Happy New Year to boot.
Mom, Dad, and everyone at Cine Doors prays your holidays are filled with love and happiness. We hope you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas from everyone at C&E Doors. C&E Doors in Great Bend and Hayes.
Welcome back into Sports Day. Brant Daughtry here with you, now joined by the voice of the Kansas State Wildcats, Wyatt Thompson, for our usual, so it's our usual Tuesday conversation. And Wyatt, we are having this conversation on Tuesday, but we're actually airing this on Wednesday, Christmas Eve, because there were bowl games on our radio station yesterday. So I'll ask you this, all that to say, how are things in your world?
Well, busy, but that's okay. That's kind of what it is, but not as busy as I've had it in some years. Around Christmas into New Year's with bowl games and that kind of stuff. So, hey, it's all good, and excited for Christmas and the holidays and a little bit of travel and a little bit of basketball and football. That's what we do.
Well, let's talk about that basketball and football. We'll start with basketball on Saturday. I believe it was Saturday, a 106-76 win against South Dakota. Wyatt, anytime you can score over 100 points, the offense is humming, and that's been Kansas State's calling card so far.
It has. They've done a really, really nice job. In this particular game, they were very good in the first half, I thought. Shot nearly 68%. Put this into perspective, they were 23 out of 34 from the floor, made 7 of 14 threes, and were 4 for 4 from the free throw line and scored 57 points. I don't care who you're playing. That is pretty good production. Now, it fell off a little bit in the second half, and part of that, I think, was they lost some interest for a little while, but kind of regained that. But it was nice to see PJ come back and get into the 20s again. He had 24 points in the game, and you had, 5 guys in double figures. So I think you take that every time. And then you also had Dwayne Buka had 8 points, 7 for C.J. Jones, and 5 for Andre Kostic. So a lot of people did good things.
Yeah, I wanted to talk to you about P.J. Haggerty because, I feel like a broken record every time we talk. I feel like I'm bringing him up. But, just fantastic in this game. And look, the jump that K-State's offense has had, it's been a couple of different transfers, but he's the guy that's making everything run.
Well, let's talk about his scoring because I hope people don't take this for granted. But let's preface what I'm about to say about him to say this. You would probably agree with me that David Castillo has been great, okay? He is averaging 13.7 points per game. He has scored 164 points in 12 games. Now, let's compare that to what PJ has done. PJ has scored 274 points. That's a 22.8 average. The guy is really good at what he does. Perfect? No, but he is pretty darn good and made 10 of 12 shots in the game that we're referencing here with South Dakota. And he's not going to do that every night, but he's a high-level scorer, and I think that's where you start when you start talking about K-State. It's nice to have a guy that you can rely on like that, and he's been in double figures in every game. His low watermark of the year is 10, so he's been anywhere between 10 and 30-some points every time, 12 consecutive games.
You know, the thing that also stands out to me here is you talked about it, 5 players in double figures, and also a really high assist total in this game as well. The ball was moving around, and everybody was getting their points.
Well, that's it. 23 assists on 41 made field goals. That will tell you they were getting the ball inside. They scored 38, make it 56 points in the paint. They scored 27 fast break points, and that was one of the things that they wanted to do. I think the real focus in this one, to be honest, was going into Christmas together as close as they could, a good quality 40-minute effort. And it wasn't 40, but I think it was in the low 30s. And I think you take that every time. They didn't turn the ball over a ton, just one over their goal. Their goal is 11 or less turnovers every game. They had 12 in this one. So they did a real solid job of getting that 8th victory in 12 tries before sending the guys out for the holidays.
The other thing that stands out, obviously, the offensive numbers, gaudy, 106 points. That's always going to be the first thing that catches your eye. But also, Wyatt, 9 blocks in this game. The defense was doing work as well.
Well, I think that's the thing that's made K-State fans appreciate this group, because early in the year, K-State was giving up tons and tons of points. But it's been better lately. I think a lot of it is the focus and time to work on it. We've mentioned before on this show that with Coach Driscoll here, K-State was putting in a whole new offense with a lot of new faces in the preseason before they started playing exhibition games, and that took some time. It also took away from what they want to do defensively. It's also a situation where you've got a lot of guys here that are here for the first time, including 3 foreign players that defense is played a little differently here than it is in Europe. I don't think anybody would question that. So they were behind a little bit on that side. And who knows how much better they can be, but I think they have shown a little bit of improvement. I think we'll probably talk all year about, can you get better defensively? Can you get better defensively? And frankly, probably rebounding too. That's going to be a focal point moving forward, just because the schedule gets so much tougher.
So you're out for Christmas break now. You've got ULM lined up for next week. I believe on the 28th is when that game's going to be played. And then, Wyatt, we're into Big 12 play. And you start with BYU, who is no slouch. And then you and I spoke about it, I think, last week. You said it's as good as any conference in all of college basketball right now.
Well, it is. And it's been really, really good at the very top. I'm sure you noticed last night that the young man at BYU, AJ DeBonsa, had 33, 10, and 10.
Yeah.
That is remarkable, man. And what's really cool about this league is all of the great coaches and all of the great players. But the influx of new, frankly, probably freshmen in a lot of these places has really been kind of the talk of the coaches, whether it's DeBonsa, the kid at KU, Koa Pete at Arizona, you name the guy, there's several of them. And there are good transfers too, but boy, it's hard to fathom another league having as many good freshmen as the Big 12 has right now. And the league is hard. I mean, we've got the number 10 team in the country on Saturday the 3rd. Then we go to Arizona, and they're number 1 in one poll, and I think number 2 in the other. And then go to Arizona State before we come home and play UCF and go to Oklahoma State. So the league is good. We all know it. You just have to grind yourself through it and hope for the best and see if you can be somewhere in that vicinity where they're talking about you as an NCAA tournament team. I think that's the goal.
You know, I think it could be a lot like what we saw with the SEC last year, in that if you have a winning record in the conference, you should probably be in the tournament, just because this league is going to be a meat grinder.
No doubt, and I think that's exactly the deal. Because let's talk about it like this: it's a 16-team league. Okay, who would you say is the poorest or the two poorest teams in the league? I think that's even hard to say. Colorado's better. You know, several other teams are better, like Arizona State's better. They have a really good freshman in their own right. So I don't think there are any nights off, I guess is the point. And in an 18-game schedule, okay, if you're 8-10, I think you have a chance. Because here's the thing, it's not a complete round robin, and those people that throw all this together are going to look and see who played who in this league, and because it's going to matter in my mind. So if you're in the hemisphere of somewhere around 500, you should be considered, no doubt about it.
And so let's flip our attention to football. No games being played, but still plenty of news to go over here. Colin Klein kind of rounding out the coaching staff. What's the latest moves there, and how do you think it's coming together?
Probably the main guy that I want to talk about is the defensive coordinator, Jordan Peterson. And I think what I would say is that Colin got his guy. He worked with him at Texas A&M. This is a young man who has really done quite a few things over the course of what I'll describe as a relatively, young career to this point. I mean, you think about it, he was a GA at A&M back in 2010. And here we are getting ready to get into 2026, and he's gone from a GA at A&M to the defensive coordinator and defensive backs coach at K-State. But in the meantime, he's been a coordinator. He's coached safeties. He's been a defensive pass game coordinator. Just a lot of experience, whether it's Fresno State, New Mexico. He spent some time at Kansas, too. And when their beat writers are talking about, K-State got a good one there, I think that got the attention to some people, too. Jordan is a good fit, I think, with Colin, just because of the type of person he is, and about everybody you talk to thinks that this guy's going to be around this game a long time.
So that's the good news. Some rough news, though, on the portal front. It's interesting because you and I spoke, I believe we have spoken on and off the show about this, Wyatt, that the portal schedule and the current landscape of college football is a big reason that the Wildcats did need to hire a new coach, and right now we're kind of seeing the fruits of that with Kansas State.
We are, but it's happening everywhere, and I think everybody understands it. They may not like it, but I think they do understand it. Let me preface what I'm about to say by saying how much I love Austin Romaine. From the first time I saw him play in practice and then be forced into action, I think in game 2 maybe, when Daniel Deuce Green got injured and missed the rest of the year, he was forced into play a linebacking spot at the Power 4 level as a true freshman. And the way he got better and as quickly as he got better, I think all of us admired just his work ethic and his toughness. He played a lot of last year, almost all of last year, with a broken hand, which is not easy to do. I really appreciate him, and I don't blame him for getting into the portal. How can you? That is what college football is now, and there's so much money for these kids on the line. You've got to at least, gauge it out and see what happens, right? Is there a chance he could come back? Yes. Is it slim? I don't have a good feel for that. Maybe. But the other thing that I've said in other interviews since this news came out is that a lot of teams are losing players like this, but there are, and I mean this literally, there are thousands of kids in the portal that can play. You just got to go find your share of them, and that'll be the task of Colin and these assistant coaches.
And the other thing is, Wyatt, he comes from a landscape at Texas A&M that was very used to going into the portal and getting kids out. And so I think that he'll be used to that. And we've talked about it before, but his experience at A&M and watching the way that program was run and what it's become, I think that it's going to help him in the long run at Kansas State to do the exact same thing.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think the people that are in this game, you don't have any choice. You have to figure the portal out and how it works and embrace it. Some have come around a little quicker than others. but they're all doing it now, wouldn't you say? I mean, that's the way I see it. And I think about, who would have thought? I think one of the most perfect examples of guys getting into the portal because of the money and not because of anything else is Rocco Becht at Iowa State. Rocco Becht is Iowa State, don't you think?
100%.
So if he's going in, there's a reason he's going in. How much are you willing to bet he's going to end up with Coach Campbell at Penn State? I'm not a betting man, but I would bet you a Coke it may happen.
If it's Penn State versus the field, I know which side I'm taking for sure.
Exactly. So there's a lot on the table, and you just have to be able to play the game. And I have a large amount of respect for Colin and his work ethic. And he may be a first-time head coach, but he knows how the system works. He's hiring people that have a lot of experience, even though they're young. Yeah, there'll be some hiccups, but they're going to hit some home runs, too, in the portal, I believe. I mean, we've done it before. There's no reason to think K-State won't do it again.
A really cool addition that is coming in, not as part of the portal, but as part of this freshman class, and I just want to mention this because it's a local kid, but Arlie Morrell out of Pratt has finally found a school to sign with after his journey of recruiting. I believe he originally committed to Colorado State. That coach got fired, so he decommitted. Then he signed with Iowa State, and then you and I just talked about how their coach is now at Penn State. He's not going to follow to Penn State, and so now he's staying close to home, going to Kansas State. And I just think that a kid from a local area, we've talked a lot about Ian Premer in this area. Brody Fonensteel is another name that a lot of people are talking about, even at K-State. But I think that Arlie Morrell deserves a little bit of a shout-out as well.
Well, I totally agree with you. And, when you can pick up somebody of that skill set, you do it, right? And I will say this, and this is a tip of my hat to the high school coaches in the state of Kansas. I believe the high school coaching in this state is better than it's ever been, and I think the proof is in the pudding, and look where all of these kids are going. Man, they have opportunities to go to some of the best Power 4 schools in the country, and they're doing it. So somebody's doing something right. It isn't just their athletic ability. Now, again, that's a large part of it, right? Like the Premer kid, there's only so many of those kind of guys walking around the planet, right? That dude can play.
He's special.
I'd love to have had him here, but he made his decision. I wish him the best. But when you can get those kind of guys, and especially keep them in state, K-State's made a living doing that in the 24 years I've been around. That's a fact.
And so we are we're into bowl season. You're busy with the the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl over in Arizona that you're going to be calling for. But also we're in the middle of the college football playoff, and I just want to get your thoughts. What did you think of the first round?
Well, it was a little disappointing if I'm being honest about it, because I think when it's all said and done, everybody wants good games. And a couple of them were, I think, what people feared. With Ole Miss ripping Tulane, and then, Oregon was such a big lead and winning 51-34 against James Madison. Now, with that said, I think most of us would probably say that the Alabama-Oklahoma game was awfully entertaining and a really solid game. And did anybody expect 10-3 with Miami at A&M? I know I didn't. But now you look at those matchups moving forward into next weekend, and boy, You could argue whether two group of 5 teams should have been in, or BYU, Notre Dame, till the cows come home. But I think all of us are going to settle in on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day and watch those games. I mean, why wouldn't you? Oregon Tech, Alabama, Indiana, Ole Miss, Georgia, Miami, Ohio State. Sign me up. I'll be sitting in front of the TV.
I definitely will as well. And I tell you, I'm kind of with you. I was kind of shocked at the way Miami and Texas A&M played out. Actually, settle a debate for me real quick, because I just couldn't remember. I said this in confidence and then realized, maybe I'm wrong. Colin Klein did not call plays for Texas A&M in that first round game, did he?
Well, I think he had a hand in it. I don't know that he did it exclusively, if I'm being perfectly 100% honest. But because they've had a lot of change. I mean, he's leaving and they're hiring another guy and some other new staff. I don't know whether it was solely him. I think there was, but you know what? Sometimes that's overplayed too, because all of those coaches have a little bit of a say in it, right? I mean, I think when we I've been asked here, how will that go with will Colin call plays or will he hire a coordinator? We don't know that yet, but I'm gonna just throw a dart at the wall here and say Colin's going to have a big hand in what the plays are, right? So I just believe that. So that'd be my answer, even though it's not necessarily the best one you've ever had, I'm sure.
Well, all right, fair enough. So we're recording this on Tuesday, the 23rd. Tomorrow, when we air this, is Christmas Eve. Wyatt, you've got about a week here. What are your plans for Christmas?
Well, we're going to stay here in Manhattan. Got a daughter and a son-in-law with 9, 7, and she reminds me 4.5, not 4, but 4.5. They're going to come over and we'll do Christmas on Christmas morning, and we'll have a big breakfast for them. That's kind of become a tradition here. My son actually is going to stay out in Southwest Kansas and spend time with the family on the other side. Wish he could make it, but I totally understand it. And so that's kind of what we'll do, and I'm looking so forward to having a couple of days where it's a little bit slower, and, family is important. We all know it, so I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Well, Wyatt, Merry Christmas, and thanks for taking the time, as always. Looking forward to talking to you in the new year.
You bet. You enjoy your family, too. Everybody else out there, Merry Christmas. Appreciate the chance to talk to you every week, partner. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. That is Wyatt Thompson, the voice of the Kansas State Wildcats, joining us here on Sports Day. Big thanks to Wyatt. Always a fun conversation. Always an interesting one as well. His thoughts on so many things. It's getting the thoughts on the current schedule of college football, the current state of college football from someone who is in it. And by the way, I don't know if any of you have noticed, I can talk about football for forever, and I think Wyatt can as well. But to have those conversations with him about, like I said, the playoff system and whether or not 2 group of 5 teams should be in and what that does to the game and things like that, I think it's so interesting to talk to someone who's actually in the room with things like that. And even though Kansas State has not made a playoff yet, I think that getting his thoughts on it is so cool. As someone who's like, yeah, this may be affecting me at one point. And the transfer portal stuff as well. I mean, you talked about Austin Romaine in that conversation and what it means for him to leave. And look, I kind of agree with what he said is like, look, sometimes these kids are leaving for the sake of money or for the sake of playing time and kind of more quote-unquote selfish reasons, which, by the way, I'll say to anybody out there who's judging, if someone offered you a massive raise, would you not consider But all that to say, there are other reasons for guys to leave, and reasons that are a little less selfish, quote unquote, and more justified. And I think that Austin Romaine, while it sucks that he's leaving, I think that everyone every purple person can at least understand where he's coming from as far as, hey, the guy that I've played for my entire career isn't here anymore. Maybe I want a fresh start in what's going to be my last year of college football. So certainly hate to see him go. And then, of course, P.J. Haggerty doing just incredible things. That dude is silly. This Kansas State offense is silly on the basketball court, and the numbers they can put up. If they can get it together defensively, and like he said, new system, and they wanted to focus on the offense because they knew that's what their strength was going to be. If over this 1 week break they can kind of figure out defensively what exactly they are as a team, I think they're going to be filthy when they come back on the 28th, and then when they open against BYU, which, by the way, is no slouch. Sports Day Today is presented in part by Equity Bank. There when you need them, bank local, save big. With in-person banking and business banking, visit equitybank.com for more information. Equity Bank in Great Bend, Hoisington, and Larned. Also by C&E Doors, your full-service garage door company. Follow the orange signs south of 10th and Harrison. We got to take our last break. You're listening to Sports Day, Christmas Eve edition here on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM.
Community bankers should actually know your community. Hi, I'm Sean Powelson, president of your local Equity Bank. As someone who lives here, I know many of you, and I know what's important to you. I've been in the industry a long time, and I've helped many navigate through financial challenges and lead them to financial opportunities. I believe that people bank with people, so I'd like to invite you to stop by one of our region's 5 locations and meet our friendly, helpful staff. Let us show you our commitment to serving you and our communities. Because at Equity Bank, we're right here beside you. Member FDIC.
Service from people you know, quality products and professional installation. That's Kern Floor Service. Stop by Kern Floor Service and browse through the different selections of flooring from laminate to vinyl, carpet, wood, and ceramic tile. See their selection of area rugs or special order the one that fits your decor. And don't forget, they can spice up those countertops too. So stop by Kern Floor Service today. Kern Floor Service, 908 Coolidge in Great Bend.
Selling your farm or ranch acres can be stressful. At Red Cedar Land Company, they are extremely diverse in the number of ways they can represent you, and they tailor each project to meet their seller's needs. One of the biggest questions for a seller is, what is my land worth? At Red Cedar Land Company, they offer a free market analysis to help you better understand the value of your land. You deserve a better selling experience. Put your trust in Red Cedar Land Company. Call Cody Crook with Red Cedar Land Company at 620-617-7320.
Sports, leisure, fitness, and wellness, even senior and adaptive needs. It's all here at the Great Bend Rec. Pick up a program guide or stop by the rec office at 1214 Stone in Great Bend, or check out the all-new website, greatbendrec.com. Live, play, explore at the rec.
It's all here at Great Bend Rec. Live, play, explore at the rec.
Sutherland's is your complete home improvement and hardware store. Tens of thousands of products are in stock at everyday low prices. Sutherland's also offers custom buildings, including post-frame barns, garages, and deck packages too. The friendly and knowledgeable staff at Sutherland's, always ready to help you with any project. From hardware, lumber, cabinets, plywood, and OSB, fencing, power tools, furniture, and more. They simply sell for less. Sutherland's, West 10th, Great Bend, helping America build it better since 1917.
Barton Community College, in partnership with Golden Key Group, proudly offers the nation's first associate's degree in federal human resources, and it's 100% online. This program prepares you for remote federal HR careers that support mission success across the government. Service members and military spouses, use your MyCAA or GI Bill benefits to take the next step towards a rewarding, flexible career from wherever you are. Learn more at federalhr.bartoncccc.edu.
Final segment of Sports Day here in the calendar year of 2025, a year that held a lot for me personally and a lot for Coldplay, I suppose. I'll get into that in a second. I'll be heartfelt in just a moment. But Sports Day today is presented in part by the Great Bend Rec, providing quality leisure, cultural, sports, fitness, and educational programs to improve the quality of the community and the individual lives of the community members. Also by Freedom Claims Management. Let the experienced and dedicated staff at Freedom Claims Management, Inc. customize a health insurance plan that fits your business's needs. 2025 was a wild one for me personally. I graduated with a master's degree. I got a degree from Auburn University, which is a dream of mine for about as long as I could figure out what a college degree was, and I accomplished that. And then, less than a week later, I made a 15-hour drive starting at 6, or longer than that, started at 6 in the morning in Auburn, Alabama, and by 10 p.m. that night, I was in Great Bend, Kansas, and started an entirely new chapter of my life. And part of that chapter has been hosting this show. And I've met some really cool people. I've followed some really, really incredible athletes. Followed some really fun-to-watch teams. And, the city of Great Bend is small. The communities in Barton County, they are small, but everybody knows everybody. And there's something to be said for having that level of familiarity with everybody around you. And I've met people here that, I've met people here. I've met communities here. I've been incredibly welcome. First of all, shout out to the city of Hoisington. When I was calling football, they were just some of the nicest people in the world to me, the kid from the outside. But so have the people in Great Bend. And, when I went to Larned, those folks are very cool as well. The folks up at Barton have been awesome to me. Barton CC. And so it's been an emotional roller coaster of a year for me personally, just all the cool stuff that I've gotten to do. And like I said, starting a new job over 1,000 miles away from everything I've ever known. And part of that has, again, been being on this show and the opportunities that hosting this show have given me and allowed me to be a part of has been really cool. So happy to do it since mid-August, early August, and looking forward to doing it for the next 6 months or so, maybe even 7. We'll see. Want to let everybody know No bowl games tonight on our airwaves. There will be one. We won't be airing it. We've got Mannheim Steamroller and American Christmas starting tonight at 6. That will roll until tomorrow at 6 p.m. So 24 hours of Mannheim Steamroller. We will interrupt it for an hour tonight. The live Christmas Eve service from Trinity Lutheran Church will run from 10 to 11 p.m. tonight. And then we're going straight into an American Christmas from Mannheim Steamroller. That will roll for 24 hours. Tomorrow night, though, we will have Friday night, we will have the Rate Bowl, Minnesota and New Mexico. That's starting at 3 p.m. 3 p.m. Friday, pardon me. Saturday, we will have the Pinstripe Bowl, followed by the Pop-Tarts Bowl, Penn State and Clemson in the Pinstripe, BYU and Georgia Tech in the Pop-Tarts Bowl. Sunday, NFL game for you. Tampa Bay traveling to play the Miami Dolphins. Tampa Bay needs that game to make the playoffs. Got a whole bunch of bowl action for you. Got a whole bunch of NFL for you. Don't worry, sports aren't going anywhere, but that is going to do it for us today on Sports Day. Big thanks to Alyssa McCulley. Big thanks to Wyatt Thompson. Big thanks to Landon Winkler over there in the corner. And as always, big thanks to you for watching and listening for the final time in 2025. I'm Brant Daughtry. We'll do it all again in 2026. This is Sports Day on 1590 KVGB at 95.5 FM. Wait. Merry Christmas, everybody.